everybody, welcome back to our channel. We are the Pageant Gurus, and well, we took a long break because the Miss Universe India pageant got over and we had a lot of things to say, not exactly good. So we decided that we were not going to do a post-show review, but we wanted to do an absolute in-depth analysis of what exactly we saw because it was just not up to mark and it was absolutely a disaster, Guru. I think we mulled over this, and Guru and I have put down a lot of important points that we're going to talk about for the Miss Universe India pageant. Guru, how did you feel in general after the show got over? We watched it together, but yeah, what did
Well,
you think about
yes, I think that was the saving grace that we both were together, and
it?
we
Yeah.
could tolerate that entire show. That really, not just for us, not just for fans, followers, pageant vloggers, everybody complained on this. And well, we can talk a lot, but I believe that we should be looking forward, and I believe the Glamour era probably is coming to an end as well when it concerns Miss Universe. So,
Hmm.
what we'll do, Emma, let's just take up our top 10 lessons that we want the new organization to be aware of. And this comes from a place where we have interacted with queens, where we have seen that this has been the most controversial, session episode or the whole season of a Miss Universe India ever. And there's so many lessons, and I believe this was kind of the Murphy's Law, if I may say, where everything that had to go wrong did go wrong with the show or the entire, 35 days, be it the security of the girls, be it the whole stage production, and more importantly, the sovereignty of this entire pageant, where we believe and the girls should believe when they're competing, they all have a fair chance. So, a lot of things to uncover, and yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. And more importantly, we are the voice of all the contestants of all the families of the contestants because it takes blood, sweat, tears, and financial resources of not just one but the entire family and household. So, Emma, that's what I feel about it. Um, yeah.
Absolutely. And you know what, guys, if you go back and see our episode when Nikhil Anand took over MUI, what we thought about it and the doubts we had, and all of it has come true. We had an issue about his background. We had an issue about how he was handling, how he's going to handle the girls and what kind of girls, what kind of the class of the girls are going to be judged fairly. That did not happen. So I think, yeah, in a nutshell, we are damn happy this is the last we're going to see of Nikhil Anand, and I hope we don't see any more of him because he is not the kind of person to be representing India on a global pageant. Platform because we Indians are so amazingly remarkable, and the way the girls have been, suppressed, and they have been, there's a lot of harassment going on as well because we've had tons of Miss Indias in the pageant reaching out to us, sharing their stories, sharing their griefs. They're not gonna be mentioned on our show, but we have a lot of stories which is the reason why we are saying what we are saying. We have proof of it, and one day we will reveal that proof and evidence of what really happened. The point is, Guru, the fact that we knew this guy was going to mess up, he messed up. It was not 7 hours, it was 6 hours this time. Everything was absolutely horrifying. I mean, and the amount of efforts the girls put, it is just really sad. So we're gonna start with these points that Guru has really amazingly put together. The first, of course, is Murphy's Law. What could go wrong went wrong, and it absolutely did go wrong. I mean, even before the show started, I remember Guru, he picked up the tarot, which was
Disaster.
the tower, and we knew some hell is going to happen, and it did. So the entire show was nonsense. 6 hours of absolute nonsense. But congratulations, guys, and all you vloggers out there who sat through it. I mean, we fell asleep. I didn't have the energy to do anything or be even jubilant about the winner. Okay, so we talked about that. Now we're going to talk about the withdrawal rate, which was almost 10%. Now, this was the scary part. Why were they leaving? And this is obviously from what we know, Guru, is that yes, the NRI girls are never going to be crowned. This is pretty much the same thing Kunan does, is all the inclusive people are never going to be crowned. They might place, but they're never going to be crowned. So that nonsense was spilled over here as well. There was something with the contract that these girls backed out at the last minute. Um, I think it's ridiculous to have this, right? I mean, what do you feel, Guru, that could have probably triggered a more, negative aspect of this than just a contract? Do you think it was something more, is what I wanted to know.
A couple of things that probably I'll say here. The first is the fact that, we don't need to give facts. These are facts. So any competition, a withdrawal rate of more than 5% is crazy. But here it was almost 12.6%. And that really shows that something was wrong. So these are clear facts. These are numbers stated. um, we started off with I think 53 or 54, and we were down to I think 8 or 47. Not sure the exact number. And the thing is that if the withdrawals are in the beginning and then it's stagnant or stable, then also okay, things have been arrested or they've been taken care of. But till the very last day, we were seeing where we already had. I think we had Chanchal as one of our sudden favorites after the interview, and she managing. Same thing with Matrushka, right?
Marushka. You always say Matrushka,
Uh,
Marushka.
I'm reminded of those Matrushka dolls, but that's in Russia. So I think that's where not just us across the pageant world, it was very shocking that you're hoping to get that good news, as in you're coming closer. And then I remember Emma and I were there all to wish the girls all the best
Yeah.
for the preliminaries, and then suddenly we see that two of our favorites are off. So
Yeah.
so I think that I don't think the people who are producing or who are responsible for this should take this very lightly. And I think this was taken very lightly by the organization. These are some of the metrics that they should be tracking. And I don't know if there's a survey that these girls actually do in terms of customer satisfaction. Like we have surveys that we do and we give 5-star ratings. There
Mm.
should be a 360-degree feedback, and it's important to grow. And for that, one has to be humble enough and not have your nose high up to think that you're the best. I know organizations, not just the other organizations also. This is not the only one, but and that's the trend of everybody trying to say that we are the best, we are the best. But then how does one grow? It comes from a space from accepting what the current state is. I think one has to be humble, humane, and treat them as queens. Not as "Oh, we are here to make you famous." It's the other way around. The moment you start giving in that respect, you will start getting the respect from all sorts of people who are associated with pageantry. And it was sad that with having such good contestants, this year the batch, even though there were so many girls and it took so much of our time to shoot these videos, it was really with our heart and soul, because you could see the efforts that people and the girls have put in. I think that was not respected enough by the organization. You know, that's what I feel. The
I think the
second
girls
part.
were absolutely, insulted and humiliated because it was just not about the fact that they already had sold the crown to somebody and it was already, I mean, the way the competition went on the final night, it looked absolutely rigged. Because when we go to the judging aspect, because we're not going to break down the show, but I'm going to talk a little bit about what happened on the show, Guru. We had the first cut, and there were some girls who stood out. Like I am shocked that Tasneem did not make the cut. I was shocked Sakshi Kudai did not make the cut. All right. I mean, what are you thinking? I mean, you already had pre-planned who's gonna,
And
get it.
Lucky Barot.
Lucky Bharat. And you telling me that these girls did not perform? You telling me that these girls were not good enough to make the first cut? Fine, don't give them the crown, but you were telling me that they did
First
not
cut.
have. And how did that Chabra, that in Delhi, Miss Universe Delhi, how the hell did she come in? I'm sorry, we had never had her on any of the whatever we did, the preliminaries or the photo shoots or the interviews. We would never had her there. What was she doing there? So here's the thing, Guru. I think it was absolutely an insult on the girls, insult on the Indian girls and the efforts and the amount their families were supporting them online and back. in the background as well, and how we were supporting these girls, how we were nurturing them and guiding them throughout their journey. It is an absolute insult on pageant lovers and insult on the girls themselves, and of course the country, because I don't think Nikhil Anand can, behave this way. And here's the thing, this is what I told Guru, and I think I must have said it on the show before as well, that he was going to make his money. This was his last attempt. He was going to make his money and get out to do whatever. He was being ruthless. That stupid Godrej thing, there was so much of advertisement. You could just have tags on the
No,
girls. Just
that's karma. You've seen the karma. He's pressing. It's not opening.
yeah, he's pressing it, and then he takes the crown
And he walks away with the
and then
crown.
these auntie uncles come on the stage, and then he takes the crown and starts walking. Like, it was just so stupid. Like, why are you wasting your time? And here's the funny thing. Guru, on the show, I'm not bothered about the opening number. I don't care about what happened on the stage. I don't care about the girls. The dresses were fine. I love the dresses. Fair enough. But here's the thing. What the hell was that judging? You had this panel of judges, all right? It was just so weird, because when that moment came for the question answer, you knew very well who bombed, and that was Rush Sindhu. She did not even answer the question. It was looking London, talking Tokyo. It was just not there. It was a mugged up question, and they gave her Miss International because they wanted her for that. And here's the thing, it was just
Please, the
absolutely
decision was right.
fine.
Okay, the decision is right because we all wanted her
She
to
might
go
have said it
there.
to Miss International, but then that's what showed how it was rigged, because they could have at least given that transition that, okay, you know what, girl, this is your question, answer it. She mugged it up and she said it, but she probably learned the wrong answer to that. And then you had Amishi, who was spot on, who gave up her crown, Guru,
Yes.
afterwards.
Which
She gave up her crown.
two girls, one said, I don't give me the crown, the others took the crown and gave the crown back. So we had Amishi and we had Nirupama, who said, please don't
And
give me any crown because I
yeah,
want to come back. And of course, she'll come back with the new organization. But before that, Emma, this reminded me of Miss Universe 2023, where we
mm,
felt that, at every cut, there were some women who were just excluded. Like
yeah,
we had
yeah,
MMD getting excluded at top five, and just to make sure that things somehow seem reasonable when it comes to
normally,
people who come in.
yeah.
And what I really feel sad about is that this was the first year when Kunan came, and she said that I want to bring back the scores back again, where the judges' scores can come in, and that would bring so much of transparency in the system.
All
And
lies, all
we really need
we fell
that
for that.
transparency. We really need that transparency. Otherwise, there's no point of even
I don't
having
think.
judges come to sit, like judges making themselves a fool by sitting there. If you've been given a
Guru, let's
position.
let's be honest. Let's be honest here about Miss Universe itself. The organization itself is in a mess, and we are not going to see that. The fact that you called this out, I don't know which episode, that Miss Universe, there'll be a Miss Grand Universe, and that's
Yeah,
exactly what happened. And now they've created two titles, a Miss Universe, of course, and a Miss Grand Universe. Like, oh my God. I mean, they've just destroyed the brand. Nawat is just, putting his tentacles everywhere, and he's just making a whole mess of it. I think for the first
we
time, I
said
think I'm not.
we said that I hope that he keeps these two brands separate and doesn't make a kitchery of it. And we are seeing these
Why
queens coming
create
in
a
post.
brand? What is the purpose of? You already have a Miss Grand. Why do you need a Miss Universe brand? What are you trying to prove here? I mean,
Everything is
it's
money.
just money, and I'll tell you what,
Like that
Vina's gonna get one, Aditya's gonna get one.
Miss Latina Universe. That also is something of like why. I think they're trying to milk this brand as much as possible because it knows it's a dying ship. Just
They've
what,
destroyed. Yeah.
just what Nikhil Anand is trying to do for this season. Similarly, they also know us 3 4 years are left. Let us just do whatever we can. But the problem, another problem that we had was these last minute contracts. On the day of the final interview, you're showing the
Yeah,
contracts to these girls.
yeah, yeah,
This is almost like, banduk, sar pe banduk rakh ke, because the girls have
yeah.
already planned, they're deciding what they have to wear on the final. Imagine at that moment you're trying to put this up and then you feel, ki, okay, kar dete hain. Let's just sign and get it over and we'll see
It's
later
a
on what
similar,
happens.
it's a similar trend that's been happening. Shashmita Sen spoke about this also when she, was when she won the crown. So I think there's a lot of manipulation. I don't know what the hell's happened to beauty pageants. There's so much of manipulation, and it's just getting worse now. Like, we talked about exploitation, and like, girls were like mocking, they're showing emails of Nikhil, they're showing everything. They're like, we don't care anymore. I think that's very important how we should listen to these girls and we should also address the issue. I'm just not going to be like, am I happy with who the Miss Universe India is? No, I'm not. Because I
But this is
liked her. She
independent
was in my top
discussion.
five. Do I see as a winner? No. I think a lot of girls were robbed. Absolutely robbed, unjustified reasons. And it's ridiculous how people can just, think they can get away with it. So, but Nikhil doesn't care. He's heartless. He's just another Nawat. And, we thought that, there is this aspect of him that was kind to Rachel. But
Even
what
that,
was
that
that
was
about him?
also, I think
They were,
Anushka Ghosh, I think she exposed the fact that this guy was saying that it's Rachel having issues. She was the issue. So walk the talk. You got your first grand winner, and now you're like. I think sometimes I feel even Nawaz is right the way he's saying that Nikki, stop manipulating, and he's almost threatening him. So nobody is a doodh ka dhula. It's
nobody's Zukadullah and Nikhil. I think the girls are the only ones who got a raw deal on this and they're suffering.
what I
Okay.
understood was that girls can sign the contract, but just have a disclaimer saying subject to legal review. This way, they still maintain the sanctity of the contract, and yet they
Yeah.
still have some say. Uh, because by signing these kind of contracts, I think it's done deal. And what the girls should do going forward, especially for the ones that actually signed off in the previous, there were few of them. Like you had
Hmm.
Vachi Parekh who was coming another time, right? These
Yeah.
girls, I'm sure, would have had the contract which was there last year as well. And if these we talk of sisterhood, then some of these can be preempted. That why to have anybody stretch till the very last end, and
Hmm.
then especially the two girls who were really strong favorites to win. Um,
Yeah.
those unpleasant situations, though it became a mockery, we see these two girls coming live, and it just becomes so futile, the entire effort.
Exactly. Right. We got lots to cover, so we're going to quickly head on to the TV production, and of course, we're going to talk about the tickets revenue stream. Okay, the TV production again. It was okay. It was fine. It was just the same stage rehashed again and again.
For three
Um,
pageants,
for three pageants, we saw the same stage. It was just different LEDs. I did have a problem during the evening countdown with that stupid LED. It was all like I don't know what was going on. The carnival pinky bluey, I don't know, it was just a mess. And then the lights going off and then coming back on, and then everyone saying Nawaz didn't pay the electricity bill. It was going back on and coming back on. I mean, oh my god, get on with it. And a pageant like that should not take more than 2 hours to do. How difficult it is to do a production. I mean, I don't know. It's just absolutely atrocious. I mean, I'm thank God he's gone. I mean, you have destroyed Miss Universe India brand, Nikhil Anand, and I'm just hope we never hear from you again.
this diva was
Guru,
in it is nice. At least they took couple of months, but they whatever edited montage came in was crisp and was quality stuff. I still remember that Sufi music during Shweta Sharda's
yeah,
I
it
think
was
it
beautiful. The
was
music was
nice.
beautiful. But I just want, why can't we just put up a live show? Is it that difficult for us to do it? We used to do it before. It was amazing. We've always done it. It used to
1995
go
we
on.
have done when Manpreet Brar had won at Miss India.
Yeah.
Those used to be coming live on
Aishwarya
Doordarshan.
Rai, even Aishwarya Rai and Shishmita Sen when they won Miss India, all of it used to come. Are we that stupid we can't do it anymore? Come on, guys. I think we need to like, come on, with all the technology we have now, I think we can really put up an amazing show. And it's sad that, all you could think about is, one girl getting so many titles. So this from this company, from that company, this company. Oh my God, it felt absolutely
It's the same teeth.
horrifying.
Best teeth from A company, best teeth from B company, and both winners are different.
Yeah.
Now, what does that mean?
Yeah, I didn't know whether upper teeth were good, bottom teeth were good, her wisdom teeth was good. I know what the hell was happening. The dental company giving like, the revenue, like this was how he was earning. It was so stupid. It was so cheap. And yeah, the girls, many girls were feeling very uncomfortable in that environment because it was kind of
Monetized.
parading and showing themselves off and selling themselves off. So that's exactly what happened. So, I mean, here's the problem. I don't know who's going to take over. If Diva's doing it, and Diva also has not been doing a great job, let's be honest, with the dressing up and the styling. It's been an absolute hell. So again, I'm like, I don't want Diva to get it as well. So let's see who what is going to happen. But and tickets, of course, it was stupid. They could have sold some tickets. They were all sitting in the front. There were so many seats empty
Ali,
in the back.
and this is one place. If you're really bothered about money, there are people who are ready to pay. We were ready to pay to come. Nobody wants to respond. Nobody. We asked so many queens. They were kind enough
We
to tell us
asked so many queens, where's the tickets? They said, I think
they,
the
they
tickets
don't
links will
know.
be up. They did not know. So I don't know if the family, I think few of the families probably got, but then if you look at the amount of girls and the family ratio, the seats were all empty in the back. So I'm like, what was going on? Is it, why couldn't you just sell the tickets? I mean, we're Indians, pageant vloggers. We would love to come and cover it. And so, yeah, again,
Because if
absolute
you
mess.
see Miss Universe Thailand, they're sold. The tickets are sold out. They have a stage. They know where the seating. It's a proper
One
event.
thing I'll tell you about Nawaz, because I don't think it's Nawaz. I think the people there
He has a
are
very
very
good production team. He has a very good
they have a
production
good
team.
production team, and it's not Nawaz who does it. The production team has good directors, choreographers. The team is good, so they know how to put up a show. So everything that you see, it's not his brain. It's people telling him we got to do this stuff, and they execute it well. And I don't think we can't do something like that. I think it's ridiculous. Of course we can. Of course we can.
Those
So
designers,
here's the
those Vietnamese
thing that
designers. I didn't like the Vietnamese designers and those dresses. Those were just getting rehashed and recycled. Some of them were there for last year as well. Even what Madam, what was her name? Ojasvi, she wore on the final night was wore by Archana last year. The same gown. Like,
yeah.
don't know what to say.
Yeah, so they were all rehashed guns. I mean, come on, there are these little things you got to like really. Anyway, um, okay, so now we're gonna go with the obvious thing that happened is what the hell is with this obsession with Niklanand and Urvashi Rotella? They don't give the girl the crowning moment, her moment. They were like, she was running. We gotta make a reel on this. We gotta sit and make a reel on this. The poor Monica was walking and this he's running and Madam was running behind him. She should have some bloody
Along with
shame.
Ria,
Hmm.
and she stands and then
Running behind her, and
it's like
then
declaring. It's like that kushti fight. Those
it's like
wrestling
I did it.
fights.
Like, yeah, you're the reason I'm here. And then, Madam sitting in the judges panel and the little tube light puts so that her face glows in front of the camera. It is like absolutely stupid. I hope that we never see Urvashi and Nicola ever. I mean, there's the little things, like for India to,
Hi.
we're all waiting. Yeah, Guru did that. Okay, that's exactly what they did. Yeah. I mean, that's the problem, Guru. When you are planning something, it started so late, okay, and it got delayed, and I just don't know. I don't know. It was a mess. It was an absolute mess. Am I going to say anything good about this? Um,
Lesson
Probably not. Even on the Instagram, Guru, they were not uploading the pictures on time. We were not able to
correct.
do
The
any
interviews.
episode because we were waiting for half the girls. Things were coming up,
Interviews.
other girls, and then we kept delaying what we wanted to do. Yeah, so absolute complete mess. And I think, yes, like you said, Guru, walk the talk about Rachel. Yes, I think uh Nawat and Nikhil are exactly the same people, just different versions of it. They both cut from the same cloth. I think we've seen it now. The judging, the way he handled it, he could have been a little more discreet the way it could have been done. So it looked flawless, that it did not look rigged, but it just looked so rigged. I'm sorry. I just don't know.
Just talking about
Very
Urvashi, though
we were talking about Mehak Dhingra wanting to be. I mean, I think that poor girl, she
great
deserves
charm
better.
though. I wish she goes to Universe or
I wish
Cosmos.
she
She's
goes where? Where would she go, Guru? Now's the question. Okay, now we have so many of the
going to
Miss
charm. She's
Universe
going to
girls.
charm.
She's going to charm. Let's see. I hope she wins so that something opens up for her after that because I'd love to see her in Bollywood. But she's very tall, so I'm not sure which actor is going to dance with her. But I think she's fantastic, and I'm really gutted for Amishi. When I first saw this girl, I said,
Wrong
"Guru,
answer.
she's amazing. Amishi's the winner. Amishi's the winner." And she actually came up right up there, and you don't give her a crown. It's just like, I mean, oh my God. And you telling me Manika? Manika's fine. She was top five, but not the winner, darling. I mean, you have Latinas. You have Atisa, Veena. They're gonna crush her. There's no way we're gonna make an impact. I don't. Okay, we're not gonna win any more Miss Universes now. We have Nawat in it, but are we gonna get placement? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure now. So the Miss Universe India brand has just completely gone down the shit pot. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. Who's gonna revive it? Who's gonna change it? Who's gonna give these girls,
I know.
the respect?
Urvashi should take over Miss Universe franchise. Then she will be happy because like she can do everything, but I would be 100% happy with the kind of support she will give to that girl.
Yeah.
She's just not the Conan, obsessed with that Miss Universe thing. If she can manage that part, I think she can do exceedingly well if she manages that franchise.
You
Um,
got to be kidding, Guru.
no,
Please.
that's the only hope I have because I don't see anybody else take that. Or Lara Datta takes it up. We have had Sushmita Sen already do it for 3 years. Not very successful in the IMC era, but we've seen Diva do extremely well, especially after
Yeah.
Adeline came in. And till, I believe, till Divita, we really
Yeah.
had good, great winners.
I think,
And
yeah, with Naz and Divita coming back, I think it was amazing. If Diva comes back, Diva, you guys have to pull up your socks as well because you have been like making a mess. What happened in Supranational? I mean, oh my God, we can't see that disaster on a girl again. Absolutely not. Listen to the fans, listen to people when they're saying something. You guys don't know it all right? So that arrogance should go away from Miss Diva and put up a live show. For hell's sake, put up a live show. It's
but
not
it
it's
should
not
be
in,
timed
it's not American
properly.
Idol.
It should not
Huh?
be Indian Standard Time, where you keep extending the time after every half an hour and you're pretty
On
much
a
like
Monday. This was on a Monday. People had work the next day, okay? And we were like watching it and like
If you
obviously
see, if you
I
see
I
our
reached
reaction
home
videos, we are gone. Like we had
gone.
no
I
energy.
just
I was
don't
yawning
care.
half the time. It was really sad, but it was reality.
They didn't really care after a while. It was just so painful to watch. So here's the thing, I mean, I hope Guru we'll know soon in the future who's gonna be. But then, as of now, MUI is threatened. The Miss Universe brand itself is in a mess right now. What we're gonna see in, I think it's December, Miss Universe. I'm not
November,
sure.
November 21st
November,
is
December, I think something. I don't know, around that time. I have no idea what, because if when we're going to do a review for the entire year of the best pageant and we do our awards and all, I have no idea what we're going to be talking about. But I think the only hope I feel that we have left is Miss Cosmo, which has already started, and the girls are so far doing a lot of wonderful activities, and we can see some things going on. I think it's lovely so far. The girls are fantastic, so I have a lot of hope for Miss Cosmo this year. Let's see which pageant actually stands out this year, because as of now it's been an absolute disappointment, and I'm not sure what we're going to see. We don't have much to talk about, but I think in an overall, we love our Miss India. Manika, we love you, and we'll obviously support you.
we will do one
I
episode for her purely in terms of what she needs
Yes,
to do to keep
give
that
her some
winning
advice on
streak.
how she needs to because the hair was fantastic. Straight hair down was amazing. I was so bored of Monica's same blow dried hair in every look and that smile. So she needs to be more versatile, like we've talked before. So that straightened hair was sleek, straightened hair was fantastic. It was very Miss Philippines. Philippines does that straight hair. It looks beautiful. So I love that look on Monica. She should stick to that. I would want her to be. I mean, she can't be taller, but I think I want her to be a
And
bit more. Ooh,
she can be
yeah.
anything. If you saw Miss Universe Thailand, where you
Yeah.
saw Phuket pre and post makeup, there are two completely different women. So the competition being in Thailand, we can assume that they'll have good makeup artists, which will really style them extremely well. But that's another discussion for another day. I do feel
And
this entire pageant system needs to get a bit of shake up. The last couple of years have been tumultuous in terms of leadership, direction, inclusivity, non exclusivity, transparency, exploitation, lack of credibility, people saying something else and then changing their stance. I do
it's
believe,
just corruption. It's just corruption at the
it's
end
not
of the
just
day. I
corruption,
mean,
it's
why
planning. For
is so
example,
much
if you have a
corruption?
team, it's not the corruption, it's one part of it is corruption, but also the production has nothing to do with corruption. People don't know how to put up a good show, and they don't want to learn, and they don't learn from their mistakes, like what we've seen with Ritika
But
Kadnani
from
and
a guru,
then
okay, here's the
these
thing. Here's the thing. To put up a good show, you gotta get the money. I don't think this guy had the money. He just rehashed whatever was there. I didn't see anything new coming into the pageant. Even the bouquets that were given to everybody else was the same standard bouquets, the national directors and all that. So I didn't see any upgrade in what he's doing. I didn't see any upgrade in anything he did. It was just like, okay, we got the venue and we'll just shoot it there. And the girls were putting all their money, all their efforts. And that's it. Apart from having,
Been,
the
kept properly. They probably were sleeping in those big buses, being
yeah,
told to wake
that
up at midnight and then have dinner on some benches. Like, and they're still smiling because they know that they're being watched, and anything here and there would be a big black point against them. So,
sleeper buses and all. I mean, it was just like the guy had no money to pull up anything. So whatever he had, he just went on with it. So there is no money there. Why? Because he's just not smart enough to pull up something. I mean, we had this doubt. Is he smart enough to do something like that? No, he's not. Clearly not. All right. So I think the only thing he had was Rachel, which came out of him, but
but
that
Rachel,
also didn't
so
end
you see, it's
well.
not Rachel was not because of him. I think Rachel was because of Rachel. She
Correct. And her
all
mother,
the and
and
the
her mother, and
family.
her
Yeah.
family. Yeah. That gown of hers, everything was her mother. What she wore, everything was planned by her family. Nikhil had nothing to do with that. So yes, I think, well, here's the thing, guys. Good riddance to Nikhil, good riddance to Urvashi Rotella. I never want to see her again, never want to see them again. And all I can say is that we're gonna get, a lot of positive energies out of the universe and hope whoever takes over MUI now in India is going to be someone who understands and respects the girls. We have so many girls talking to us who are so heartbroken, and it just ate us up. I think that's why we took so long to come out with this episode, because we're talking to them, and it just breaks my heart to see, like, okay, come on, that's what the amount of efforts and that's what they feel. They're questioning themselves, Guru. That's so wrong.
I
Don't
think
question yourself, girls. You were amazing. We support you. We are giving you a voice to come on our show and talk about your experiences. If anything you want the pageant gurus to connect with, please connect with us. We're also pageant coaches and we're counselors. As you girls know, we do that. So reach out to us, and we will give you a platform to speak and share
true.
whatever that you want to. So girls, reach out to us. And of course, pageant vloggers, you have a responsibility to speak the truth. I mean, I don't think we need to just support everything blindly just because it's pageants. We got to call a spade a spade. And on the Pageant Guru show, that's what we do. And we will always continue to do this. So that's pretty much it. But we got lots coming up because Miss Cosmo is starting, and we want to really, really get into Miss Cosmo. We have an interesting girl from India. She's so far looking lovely in her dresses, and I think she's really intelligent. But let's see. The whole Cosmo experience is very different. So I think that'll be kind of a refreshing change from all the nonsense we've seen so far. So, well, we'll be covering that as well.
I hope
And
so.
yeah, and one thing we were talking about, Guru and I, that we would probably not go in depth with the continents, but we will talk about every continent winner attending the Miss Universe pageant this year, obviously. So we will do a roundup of the zones, continents, and who the winners are and what we think about it, and obviously give a bit of a ranking, maybe spice it up a bit and talk about a ranking, an overall world ranking of all the girls. And let's see. Okay, so
I think the pageant season is
lots
in
and lots of stuff coming up in the pageant world right now. It is definitely on, guys. It's definitely
fever
on,
is
guys.
definitely
And we're going to focus more on the Indian queens as well. And of course, we're going to give you an update on what's happening with Monica. And then let's see, whatever we hear from the grapevine, we're going to share it with you. We hear gossips, we're going to share it with you. But let us know, guys, what do you thought about the show, especially in India? What was your views on everything that happened, especially production and and Natkilan itself? Like, what do you want to see happen for Miss Universe India now? So let us know in the comment what you thought about our views and share yours as well. I think that's pretty much it. Anything you want to say, Guru, before we sign off?
I think this is an ongoing conversation. We've always stood
Yeah,
up
never
for
gonna end.
what we
Yeah.
feel is right, where things have to be spoken, and we'll continue to do that. So, all the very best, and keep your comments kind and encouraging, because this is more constructive than anything else. And we wish all the girls all the very best as the pageant season really heats up.
So we're gonna sign off now and have a wonderful, blessed, and safe week ahead. Stay positive, guys. Mwah. That's it for us. Shukriya.
Shukriya.
That's an Urvashi Shukriya.